Hey guys, how's it going? Today I thought we'd do a little end of July, beginning of August garden tour. I've been meaning to do one, just haven't had the time, and it's a really beautiful day right now. It's really nice cloud cover. As you can see, things are looking great back there. Pretty worried at the beginning of the season we were getting lots of rain and things were looking pretty sad, but right now they're looking quite great, so let's go ahead and take a look. Alright, so when you first walk in, this is our little garden space that we have created over the years. When we first moved in, it was just this half, and as you can tell, nothing's planted up against the fence because the sun does not shine there, so things don't grow there. So first, let's start on this side. We had some radishes here, but now there's just some carrots. I've been pulling them pretty much every single day and either eating the tops or roasting the vegetables. Then we have some beets right next to them. I wonder if there's any we can pull out today. Ooh, doesn't look like it. And then we have our glorious Brussels sprouts. And as you can see, a bunch of holes from cabbage worm. Not fun to deal with, but hopefully we get some Brussels sprouts here soon. You can kind of see I've missed the diatomaceous earth in here. The little buds starting to form, so I'm really excited about that. And we'll go over to this side, and we have our lovely asparagus plants. These are 3 years old, planted them from seed our first year here, and we got a couple stalks off them this year, but they are looking really nice, and I'm excited for next year to see just how much they produce. And then below that we have our strawberry plants. You can see there's one little one left here and a little one over here. They were actually producing really well this year compared to last year, and I'm really happy with them. Hopefully next year they are even better. And then right next to the strawberries we have all of our garlic. I don't think I planted these correctly. I think I planted them a little bit too deep because I dug a couple up and I don't think they're producing big heads, but I'm gonna let them go, and I guess we'll see what they end up looking like. They've been fed really well, lots of compost, but I just don't think they were planted correctly. And then next to that we have our one little jalapeno plant creating some jalapenos. The ones on the deck are doing a lot better than these ones that are in the ground over here, but nonetheless they're producing some jalapenos. And then next to the garlic we have our sea of onions, and I'm so happy they're finally starting to bulb out and getting really thick. I'm super excited. Garden onions are one of my favorite things to eat, and I find even with sweet onions, most of these are, all these yellows are sweet. They're still spicier than the store onions. We also have some red onions in here. I missed my weeds, apologize for that. But they are looking great. Just did a side dress of garden tone last night, so it's a little stinky in here, but hopefully they get fed really well. And then we have some dill that's doing amazing. I might cut some of these for some cut flower arrangements once my zinnias are all in full bloom, but everything's looking really nice. We have a Roma tomato plant. We have 2 of them actually, one back there. And I'm growing Romas this year so I can make tomato sauce and salsas. And so one thing I learned during this pandemic or whatever is going on is that nobody has canned tomato sauce, and that's what I want. I want canned tomato sauce. Yeah, that's why I'm growing those Romas. And then next to the Romas we have just a sea of cucumbers. We have English straight cucumbers on these 2 tomato cages, and then I have pickling cucumbers on this tomato cage and then this trellis. I was really worried about them at the beginning of the year because we were getting so much water, but they are doing well now, and they're finally producing some cucumbers. I think a couple are in here. I've picked one off of each plant, so hopefully that helped them rejuvenate and we're able to create more. And obviously there's a ton of flowers and lots of fruit set in there. And as we come through here, we have Belle Peppers. They are looking amazing. I'm so excited. The first year we moved in this house, we grew green bell peppers and they did amazing. And so far, these plants are doing just the same. Looking so good. These are yellow bell peppers, so I'll have to wait till these fully ripen up. I don't think there's any more. And then this is another Roma. There's actually some little Romas on there, and I'm so excited because I haven't had the best luck with tomatoes here. I feel like, especially if when it's a wet season, they take a while to happen or to grow. But it's been super hot these last couple days, and I think they're loving them. And something else that's been loving them? The corn. The corn is huge. It's almost as tall as me. And this is just peaches and cream sweet corn. As you can see, the tassels are starting. Super excited about that. I've never grown corn before, so I'm really excited to see how it does. And one of my favorite views is just looking at it from this way because you can see everything and everything just looks like full of life, and I'm so excited about these. Let's go look at some other things. Okay, next to the corn here, on the other side next to the back side of these onions, we have some sugar snap peas that are along the fence here that we're just going to be giving the deer, so I'm not really taking too much caution or care with them, but I think the deer will enjoy them. And then as you look down the fence, you can see that those spaghetti squash plants have come all the way down this fence line. They are ginormous and they are taking over. We have quite a bit of fruit on these spaghetti squash plants. This one is massive. And I've already picked one off of here I'll probably eat within the next couple days. There's another one down here and then another one back there if you can see it. And then some more sugar snap peas. And then in this garden we also have some Saskatoon berries right here. They're done. I mean, there's got a little bit of fruit still on them in there, but birds pretty well picked them clean. And then have some zinnias that I just planted because I wanted some pretty color in here once all this, obviously all this foliage is not looking the greatest. And then I have some onions. These are some leftover onion starts that I had and I just wanted to put them somewhere. We've just been picking them and eating them as greens basically. Yeah, this is, you can see squash plants are taking over. I just took the potatoes out of this bed and they are taking over. There is some butternuts in here, but so far I only see a couple little fruit sets, but no big fruit yet, which is crazy because those spaghetti squashes have gone just wild. So back up view for you. I think it looks so good. I was really nervous beginning of the year. Like I said, it was super rainy and just kind of cold, and I was really nervous about everything. These onions actually got snowed on, so that was great. But they survived and they're trooping through. Let's go ahead and let's take a walk over to our pumpkin patch. This is one of my favorite parts of the garden so far. Oh, let's take a look at the little lime hydrangeas that I planted earlier this year. They are looking so pretty. Okay, and these, let's talk about these contraptions. These contraptions are so that my dogs do not pee on these plants, because one day I came out and there's brown tips, as you can see in here, and I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Why would they have brown tips? Like, they're not in super harsh sun or anything. Well, then I watched the dogs pee on them. They lift their leg and they pee on them. So these little contraptions, they don't look very pretty, but they're practical and they make all the plants look really pretty. And then I have a couple foxgloves I started from seed in here. And they will probably be up next year, I believe. So they're not the first year blooming. And then I have just some couple African daisies that I think are just so sweet. And they add just a nice another pop of color in here. And there's some hostas back here and some ferns, some more hostas. Eventually you guys will see this area transform because we hope to just keep planting and planting and planting in here. But anyway, we have some hollyhocks. These little, I think they're called, I don't know what they're called. We had these in our front yard. Anyway, they weren't doing great, and now they're back here, and they're doing a little bit better, but the dogs do keep peeing on them, so they're still not looking the most hot. But this is our glorious little pumpkin patch and squash patch. We have a couple different varieties of just random gourds and squashes in here. Here's the first little one. So cute. Another squash. I just hope to use these for arranging for Halloween and fall. And there's some big Cinderella pumpkins and big maxes. And then just sweet little zinnias that I'm so excited to put into some flower arrangements soon because they're so sweet and beautiful. And then on our deck, hi Bubba, hi, we just have some peppers, lots of cayennes, lots of jalapenos in here, and just some herbs because they're easily accessible. Hi, you want to come on camera? They're just easily accessible. Yeah, that's kind of an overview of the garden. You can see the vegetable garden from the back. Nice big evergreen trees in here. Hi, buddy. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that little informal garden tour. Just showing you around what's happening in the vegetable garden and the rest of the garden right now. I think it's looking really nice and I'm excited. I was really nervous at the beginning of the year because of how wet and how cold it was, but I think everything's turning out quite well. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.